When I left Bracken Cave, I went back to my hotel room and I took a shower. I washed the bat poo out of my hair and picked the flesh-eating beetles off of my skin. Then I gathered up my clothes and I threw them in a dumpster. The point is, I left the bats behind where they belong, in their home. The woman I met next, though, she goes home to the bats.
So these would be mealworms?
Exactly. This is what the insect-eating bats are going to eat.
Uh-huh.
And you're going to blend these up in the blender into a liquid diet.
Great. This is when they're starting to think, wait a second, something's going horribly wrong. My apologies, mealworms.
Barbara French is a bat biologist who rehabilitates sick and injured bats. She's also the Julia Child of the bat world.
This is a smoothie, essentially.
Yeah, it is. It's
horrible smoothie.
It ends up looking like sort of a chocolate smoothie. It looks kind of good, doesn't it?
Well, good is not the first word that leapt to my mind, but it does look edible.
It actually will taste like basically neutral, I'm sure.
No, it tastes like something. It tastes like something, Barb.
Did it?
Yeah, it still does, actually. I think I'll be tasting it for the rest of the day, probably.
What exactly did it taste like?
It tastes a lot like what it looks like, to be honest with you.
This is the bat hospital.
The bat hospital?
Right, this is the bat hospital. Come on in.
Yeah, it smells like a bat hospital.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
This is Peaches. Peaches is going to get fed. So in order to do that, you're going to go ahead and take some food here into the syringe.
Just extract it out of there?
Yes.
Is that too much?
That's fine, that's
okay.
fine. Now what we're going to do is I'll have you hold her like this.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Right.
Now you want to kind of, secure her a little.
Uh-huh.
And go ahead and start putting this up to her mouth.
Like that?
And, yeah, exactly.
Look at that. Okay, here you go,
Let's
Peaches.
see if she's going to cooperate.
Look at Peaches go. Come on, it's good. Maggot meal. Ooh, there we go. Look at that. Gotta be happy with that, Peaches. You don't have to burp her or anything.
No.
All right.
Let's see if I can.
All right, that's all. That's all, Peaches.
Okay.
All right. So I take this little, tiny, defenseless bat and I nurse her back to health with my own 2 hands. I brush her teeth, I give her a hot meal, and then a ride back to Bracken Cave. And what does she do? She flies off with 39,999,999 of her pals. Heartbreaking, really, but one hell of a sight.
Every night, just before sunset, the first of 40 million bats begin to emerge from Bracken Cave. In a matter of minutes, the sky is filled with these hungry, winged creatures heading out on a nighttime feeding frenzy.
It takes a while for 20, 30 million bats to get out of one cave.
It takes several hours, 2-3 hours for this many bats to leave.
Now, the breeze we're feeling is being made by the bats.
And as they're coming up, gaining elevation, they're getting close, we can feel that wind.
How can they not be smashing into each other? I mean, it looks like they're just flying randomly.
That's one of those great mysteries of nature. You know, they're echolocating, so they're all emitting those high-frequency sounds, but they're all echolocating. So you figure it's got to be just cacophony there, just so many sounds going on. And yet, they're able to do it.
Incredible. And so that's pretty much the way the day ended. Jim and I sat there, getting eaten alive by mosquitoes, and watched the entire emergence. I lost track of my bat, but I'm sure she'll be just fine. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my look back at some of the creepier critters I've come in contact with in the course of my travels. And I hope, too, you've developed a fond respect for the men and women who deal with them on a daily basis. Believe me, they have my respect. They deserve yours as well. So the next time you see something dirty and disgusting or creepy and crawly, think of me. Better yet, drop me a line at discovery.com/dirtyjobs. Who knows? Maybe you and I will do something filthy one day. Till the next time, I'll see you again someplace dirty.